Good morning. It's day 9. Oh, it's hot in here. Let's get this party started. Slept good, had a lot of dreams last night. Let some of that cool air in. What a beautiful day it is. There's some food. Go for it. Drink, baby. Yeah, what a good day. I'm hungry. I'm ready for some oatmeal. I slept really good last night. Had a lot of very vivid dreams. And in between that good sleep, during the night, I could hear a lot of bull elk bugling. That is such a beautiful sound to hear. It's amazing. But I'm starting to believe that it's opening day for archery bull. The reason I say that is because mixed in with the bugle calls, I can hear artificial bugle calls. And I think these hunters are overcalling these bulls, because it seems like every 30 seconds it's like, and then nothing, and then again, like the perfect bugle call, but it doesn't sound real. It sounds like it's coming out of a pipe. I could tell when it's a real elk calling and artificial. And it sounded like maybe I got this image in my head of archery bull hunters sitting up in their tree stand. One guy's over here calling and the other guy's over there answering. That's what it sounded like. They're calling back to each other. And I'm thinking, man, if I was a bull elk, I'd be like, I'm gonna stay away from that section where all them crazy bugle calls are, because it's funny. It's like they're trying to imitate the bull in his prime massive bugle call every single time they call. The bulls make different sounds. They don't make the same exact sound every single time. It's just funny. And I just think that they're overcalling these bulls. Get this bad boy heated up. But yeah, it feels good. It was hot in that tent, but it feels good out here right where I'm at now. Temperatures feel good here. I'm going to heat up plenty of water today. You know, on this challenge, it's day 9 and I've only taken one bath. So I'm going to heat up a little extra water, and after I eat my oatmeal, I think I'm going to sponge bathe a little bit and clean up, so that when I go home tomorrow, I'm not stinking too bad. I mean, obviously I'm going to have to do laundry and stuff like that, but that's why I'm cleaning up this bowl. So I can put my oatmeal in here, pour my water in, and then whatever water's left, I'll use to clean up with. But man, it's so amazing to be out here right now. I just saw a couple people hiking just on this road right here by where I'm at. An older man and woman. So I had to reshoot this video right now, because they walked by and they were in the frame. Kind of throws me off a little bit. I don't think they're hunters. I think they're just camping, and they're probably out just enjoying the morning. Went and also picked up the spam, the leftover spam, out of the car. So I'll probably fire that up. In fact, I'm gonna set that in the tent so the flies and bugs and stuff don't get it. That way when I'm ready for it, it's good to go, ready to go. This is one of my favorites out here. I'm probably gonna drink a lot of apple juice today. Even though this is concentrate, man, it tastes good. It tastes really good. I don't think it's gonna take it all. Nope. Looks like I'll have a shot for the morning. Feels so good to be out here though. Man, I'm so happy. Day 9. It's hard to believe that it's day 9. It's like, where did the time go? It seems like I just got here, you know? It's already day 9. It's probably one of my favorite things. Even at home, I like oatmeal. I have 2 packs of oatmeal here right now, and there's 2 left for tomorrow. So I'll have breakfast today, breakfast tomorrow, and I still have quite a bit of food left, even though this journey is kind of coming to an end. There's still quite a bit of food. And I'll talk about all that tomorrow, what's left and how much fuel I used, and just in case you guys might be curious about that, what I learned, what was good, what was bad, things like that. The water, spring water. Don't get the drinking water, get the spring water. I'll tell you that one right now. So nice to be able to come out to an area like this and just live in the area, you know, for a little bit of time. So cool. But I got a kick out of those archery bull calls this morning. It was funny. They need to relax just a little bit. And you might be thinking, well, how can you share an opinion? You don't hunt. I have hunted. It's been a long time. But I come from a family of hunters. My grandpa, my uncles, everybody in my family hunts. So we have plenty of conversations about hunting. And I've been on plenty of hunts in my life. I just think that they're overcalling, and the elk ain't probably coming in. Because for one, it sounds artificial as all get out. And 2, it's too perfect every time. And it sounds like a pipe, like the sound's coming out of a pipe, because it is. You can hear that. I think when you're up in the tree stand, you put the sound out and it sounds good to you there, but the person, you know, half a mile away hears it, can hear the artificial in the sound. So I don't know if those bugle call manufacturers are considering that, you know. They're probably doing it in a building and they sound perfect in the building, but are they getting out and testing it out in over some hills and through trees and everything else? Because it does. It sounds like the sound's coming out of a pipe. And it's too frequent. It's like every 30 seconds. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, buddy. Here's your water. Come on. Good boy. There you go. You should eat your dog food too. Because I don't think you're getting spam today, bro. I'll do that job. Good boy. Gonna eat your food? No? You're waiting on the spam? You're not gonna get it today, I promise. So you get done, and your bowl looks like this. I just take a little bit of water, and then I rub it with my finger to try to get a lot of the stuff cleaned up. And then I drink it like a paste or something. And that's the quick way that I clean my dishes to be ready to use it again. You know, if I have spam here in a little bit after I wash up, I want to be able to put it in something. So I don't want spam sitting on top of oatmeal. So this is just a quick way that I use to kind of clean up my bowl, if you will. I mean, it's not perfect, but it makes it better than it was. So you're just kind of getting all that stuff moving around and just kind of pouring it down into your mouth. Not perfect, but it's better than it was. So glad that Wendy's gives us these little containers. It's been really handy on this series. It's been pretty cool. Now there's kind of a sequence that I use when I do my sponge bath. I always start with my mouth first, inside, like my teeth. Get inside of my mouth, and then I come out to my face area, and then maybe I'll rinse, and then I start up into my head, behind my ears, the back of my neck, up onto my shoulders, kind of down my arms, down my shoulder, down my other arm, start into the chest, into the belly, reach around to my back, whatever areas I can get to my back, and then hit my pits, because those are generally dirtier areas. And then after that, I usually rinse again, and then I'll hit my privates, and then I'll go down my legs, and then the very last thing that I usually wash is my feet. And you're probably wondering, what about the hands? Well, the hands are doing all the washing, so the hands are constantly on the rag. So during this process, your hands are getting cleaned. But yeah, always the feet the last. And then that's basically it. It's pretty simple. It's a technique that I use quite often, and I think it's pretty effective. Now I feel so much better. Obviously, that sponge bath never replaces a real shower or a real bath, but I use this technique a lot when I come out to the woods. Very effective. And this water, I'll show you here in a second, this water is dirty. I feel so much better. Look at the color of that water. Watch when I pour, look at that. That's how dirty I was. Look at all that. So sponge bath is better than no bath. You can see the difference in the water. It's crazy, isn't it? The next part of the cleaning process that I like to do is what I call simple laundry. It's the small pieces of laundry. Things like socks, things like underwear. So I've got my underwear, I just took them off. I'm just wearing my shorts. So I'm gonna clean these. So I'm gonna make another pot of water, get it nice and hot, and I'm gonna clean my socks and my underwear. The parts of clothing that are closest to my body, I'm gonna clean them. When you do these techniques, you'd be amazed at how clean it'll make you feel. You know, when you got clean underwear against your body, you got clean socks on your feet. These dirty clothes, like these shorts, you can put them in there too, but they're gonna soak up all the water and they're gonna take up all the space. So I'm gonna try to make sure my socks don't have any dog hair or anything on them. Just kind of clean them a little bit, just this way, the dry clean. And then I'll put them in that hot water with my underwear, and I'll kind of swish it all around. I'll take it out, hang dry it, and if you're in a humid environment, of course you might not be able to use this technique because you'll never get them dry. But here in Arizona, I'm able to get away with it. Another thing to keep in mind is, now that you're on your second batch of water, If there's any areas on your body that you want to hit again, maybe you want to do your ears again, or your hair, or your face, any of those areas, you can do that first and then do your laundry next. Yeah, that water feels good right there. So I'm gonna take this rag and I'm gonna hit my head and face again before this water gets dirty. Another thing is, after this face and body stuff, when it comes to your socks or your underwear, I'd recommend the underwear first and then the socks last. Because the underwear, I personally want those cleaner than my socks. So I'm not gonna wash my socks, get the water all dirty, and then put my underwear in some dirty water. So let's take a look at this water. Look at that. Can you see that? That's crazy, isn't it? Just from my clothes. That's nuts. Cleaning yourself up. This is part of self-care, you know. Take care of yourself. Feel good about yourself. Honor your body. So now I want to cook in my pot. So I'll use my rag that I just cleaned to kind of clean out my pot. And then I'll put the pot on the burner on a low heat, and I'll let the flames kind of dry the pot. And then from there, it's back in action for cooking. But isn't that cool? There's my Spam. I'm gonna do just a couple pieces. Careful pushing with your thumb, not too hard. There. Yeah, I'll just do those 2 pieces right there. Set those bad boys in. Get the Spam cooking. Life is good, folks. Even my fingernails and things are clean. They had dirt and stuff underneath my nails. I don't know if you look back at, before I took my bath, my fingernails were dirty. My toenails are still kind of dirty, but that's pretty much to be expected. I mean, of course I can spend more time working on my toes and stuff if I want to, clean underneath. And that just comes down to, how much hygiene are you into? Look at, I bring out the Spam and there's 3 bees that show up. Pretty crazy. So let me hang up these shorts and socks and towel and let this Spam cook, and we'll get on with our day. Day 9. I can't believe it. Day 9. Wow. Oh, it's Spam time. Look at that. All these little bits and pieces that are still left in there, I'm not worried about it, because right after the Spam, I'm gonna cook ramen. And all those little pieces, all this little stuff here, it's gonna be in my ramen. So I'm just eating big chunks right now. There's my spam ramen. It's gonna be good. Everybody's chilling. Everybody's kicking back. Ranger's scratching. I'm enjoying this day. Day 9. Can't believe that it's already here. It's crazy. So what is a camping trip without a hammock? Really enjoying this. So comfortable. Except for the part where you got to get up and come over and turn the camera off. That's the part that's not very fun. Now I'm ready to read some material. American Survival Guide, Prepper, Emergency Survival Manual. All you need to know to prepare for and live through any survival challenge. So I'm on day 9 of my 10-day solo survival challenge. This looks like an interesting read here. So you got the ultimate survival technologies, firelight thing, I forget what they call it. Looks like a ham radio maybe. Nice little axe or hatchet. And a phoenix light, compass, and some topo maps. Looks like a good read. Phoenix PD36R rechargeable flashlight. Now, I've never reviewed any Phoenix lights. Nobody's reached out to me to send me one. I'd like to check them out. They look pretty solid. This one here, light shown, actual size. That's not a bad size. 1600 lumens output from a 21700 battery. 283 meters of throw. 6 modes. So you got 5 brightness levels and a strobe. Tactical tail switch and a mode selecting side switch. Okay. 5000 milliamp hour, 21700. Battery level indicator. That's cool. And 2-position pocket clip. Sounds very much like the M2R Pro Warrior from Olight. Look at this guy. So actual size, huh? Looks pretty similar. Except the Olight, let's see, it's 1800 lumens. I think it has 300 meters of throw. Uses the same battery, a 21700, 5000 milliamp hour, so they're the same there. 6 brightness levels and a strobe. That's what the M2R Pro Warrior has, because it has a moonlight mode. It's got low, medium, high, turbo 1, turbo 2, and a strobe. So 7 lighting modes in all. Tactical tail switch, absolutely, right there. Basically a half press goes to low and a deep press goes to turbo. And you can do momentary or constant on with it. It's very cool. And it does have a mode selection switch, battery level indicator, and the 2-position pocket clip. But look at this. The pocket clip on the M2R Pro Warrior goes all the way to the base of the flashlight, which I like because it gives you a really good deep carry. This thing, but look at what the Phoenix is doing. So you're going to have this portion of the light hanging out of your pocket. Some people like that, but I don't. I like a nice deep carry, so this thing's like way down in my pocket. This still looks like a solid light. I'm not knocking it, so don't take me wrong there. I just think the Olight is a better light. Look at that aggressive strike bezel. This doesn't have that. Phoenix looks like a good light though. So if there's anybody from Phoenix out there watching, reach out to me and I'll review one of your lights. Got to stay hydrated today. I noticed my pee was starting to get a tiny bit yellow. Got to drink more water. Don't wait till you're dehydrated, dark yellow, stinky urine before you start drinking. Pay attention to your urination. And then you can be ahead of the game on your hydration. The first article in here about water, this is an excellent article. Talks about how much water is enough. They say 1 gallon per person per day for drinking and sanitation. But then I always say whatever your body weight is, drink half of that per day in ounces. So a 200-pound guy drinks 100 ounces. What does it say here? It says, a rule of thumb published by the University of Missouri is to divide your weight in half to determine how many ounces of water you need to drink per day. For instance, a person weighing 120 pounds should drink 60 ounces per day. So Missouri, they got it going on. Because I'm on par with them. There are special considerations such as add 12 ounces for every 30 minutes of high level activity and 24 ounces if you're pregnant or nursing. That's cool. I didn't know about that. Talks about cleanliness, talks about whales, how to store water. Very cool. Dehydration. By the time you feel thirsty, dehydration has already started. Dehydration level of only 1% can negatively affect your attention, motor skills, and memory. Severe dehydration can result in organ failure and death. That's crazy. Talks about electrolytes. That's a very good article right here. I'm gonna soak this information in here. I know most of what they're talking about. There might be something that I catch that I'm new to, so I'm gonna check this out. It feels so good to relax. After reading this magazine, there's some really good stuff in here. One of the coolest things is the subscription. So if you purchase this magazine at the bookshelf, you know, like I got this one at Walmart, I think I paid $10 for one issue. But if you get a 1-year subscription for 12 issues, it's only $32. So it's like buying 3 of them and then you get 9 for free or something. But there's a lot of good stuff in here. They talk about self-defense, communications, there's solar panels, solar information, energy, security, fire starting, water purification, navigation, all kinds of good stuff, prepping kind of stuff. Really good issue. And it feels so good to be kicking back in my hammock. Oh man, life is good. Today, day 9. It's all about self-care. It's all about R&R. It's all about wrapping this thing up on a positive note, feeling good. My energy levels are excellent today. I feel good. Oh, it's just so nice getting out. I'm looking off in the distance and I see a really cool tree. It's like 5 trees, but then they share a common trunk. It's crazy. I'll show you in a minute. I don't know how a tree does that. So looking up this tree right here, you see how it goes into 2. It's actually 2 trees in one here. And then this one right here, that's also one tree that breaks into 2 up there. And then looking at this one, look at that. It's 2 trees that shares a common trunk. And then again, over there, that one there, two trees sharing a common trunk. Now look at this one off in the distance right here. This one. So you have one trunk, and then look at it branches off into about 5 trees. That's just crazy. Not like these guys here that I'm looking at here that are just twins. So now you can see that I have some water filtration going on, and it's not because I need water. I have plenty of water, but what this is this is kind of a step that I do every time I get done with a trip and I'm wrapping up the trip. I like to go through this process, and this process is gonna be eventually cleaning my filter. I'm gonna show you the back flush, and then I'm also gonna talk about how I disinfect my filter so that when it sits on the shelf at home until the next trip, it doesn't get microorganisms growing inside of the filter. So I'm gonna filter about whatever this is, 3 liters of water here. I'll just pour it into my gallon jug or whatever water containers that I have, and then we'll get on to the next step. Getting ready to swap out these bottles here, just like that. Hopefully that one will stay. I like the Nalgene's because they're wide mouth and it's easy to get them to sit where you want them to sit. This one seems to be being a little bit difficult. So I'm gonna pour the good filtered water into my drinking water. So now at this point, I'm gonna take my Sawyer filter off and get rid of the water here, get it out of the way. And now's the point where I clean my Sawyer. So this bottle is just a bottle that represents what the bad stuff was that went through my filter. This is gonna take all the nasty stuff out of my filter. You're gonna see everything that filter held back. This other bottle, this is the water that's obviously been filtered that we're gonna use to back flush our filter. So to back flush, we need a plunger, okay? Something like this. Now, what I like to do is I'll take some standard household bleach, not the fragrance kind, just the basic bleach, not the drip-free stuff. And for 1 liter of water, if you're gonna drink the water and it's clear like this, I would put 2 drops, 1, 2, per quart or US liter. Then you wait 30 minutes and then you could drink the water. But in our case, since we're going to be back flushing and we want to get rid of any bad stuff that might have been in the filter, I'm going to add 2 more. 1, 2. Now at this point, the water will still be safe to drink. It'll just have a little bit of a bleachy flavor to it. So I'm going to put the lid on, mix in that bleach, put the bleach away, and now you see your filter has an arrow which tells you the direction of the water. We're going to actually put this thing on here backwards, and we're going to run water backwards through this filter, and it's going to back flush. Okay, I'm trying to get everything to sit real nice. Okay, so we got our bleach mixed in real well. We'll take our plunger, we'll come into the filtered water, get our plunger nice and full. Close this again because we don't want to cross-contaminate. And then we're going to go against the flow. And this is going to do 2 things. It's going to back flush the filter, and it's also going to make it clean. Okay, so there's 1. Let's do it again. I usually do enough of these until the water comes out clear. If the water is super dirty that you were filtering, this stuff is going to be nasty looking. It doesn't look too bad actually right here in our case. So here's two. So we're back flushing and purifying our filter at the same time. 3. If you want to set up a gravity system and filter the water using gravity with bleach, that also helps as far as disinfecting your filter, but it's not gonna backflush it obviously unless you put it in backwards. You have to have a coupler to do that. Let's see if I have one here. So this is the coupler. It would basically thread, I don't know if you can see this water bladder here. It would thread onto the water bladder here, and then it would thread onto the filter here, and then you would basically let gravity backflush for you. But I'm choosing to do it the conventional way. So let's do one more, and then I think we're good to go. One more. We're gonna go against the flow, and you want to put a pretty good amount of pressure and really get it backflushed well. So this is all the nasties that our water filter collected for us. Not really too bad. It did pretty good. At this point, this filter is done. It's ready to store. What you want to do here with the filter is you want to leave it out to air dry. And I generally put them up like this so that they can let the water and stuff come out of the filter, but let it air dry and then put it on the shelf. And then next time you go on a trip, you want to put at least 1 liter through the filter to get kind of rid of that residual bleach taste. It's not going to hurt you if you skip that step. You can go straight to filtering if you want. Not going to hurt you a bit. But if you want it to taste as good as it's going to taste, just run at least 1 liter through it and you're good to go. This is a technique that I use all the time, because if you don't do this, and I found this out the hard way. I went on a trip one time and I had a bunch of nasty stuff in my water, and I didn't do this. And then I got home from the trip and I put the filter on the table, you know, or my shelf or whatever until the next trip. Then the next trip came and I took the filter, and all the water that I filtered tasted terrible because I didn't use the bleach for my cleansing of my filter. So all those bacterias and microorganisms and all that stuff, they were just going crazy. They were just going nuts. So what I'm doing now is, you saw I put a little bit of bleach water, or you saw that I put a little bit of bleach water in this container. Now I'm going to just loosen the cap a little bit and kind of let the water kind of come out. Now this bottle is purified. This bottle is clean. You can smell the bleach, very mild. So that bottle is good to go. And I can do the same thing with this bottle. Since I have about a half a liter left and I have 4 drops of bleach in there, if I wanted to, I could put the rest of this in here, but there's really no need to. So I'm just going to pour this out. That's a little bit strong for what I would want to personally drink. If your water is like really dirty, you can put like 4 drops, meaning dirty as in you can't see through the water. It's dirty in that aspect, visually dirty. But if it's clear or clearish, 2 to 4 at the max. I usually do 2, 3. But because I was purifying my filter, that's the only reason I used 4 drops. Now I know that what I just said might have been a little confusing. Let me clarify a little bit more. If you're doing the water to drink, and the water's clear, you only need about 2 drops per quart or liter. If the water is not clear in color and you can't, I mean, it's got a lot of junk and stuff, say it's muddy looking water, then go with 4 drops. Wait 30 minutes and you can safely drink that. Of course, run it through a bandana and all that other stuff. But that's how I handle my system. My filter is good to go. I'm going to take it off the shelf next time I have a trip, and it's going to be ready to rock and roll with no bacteria or anything growing inside. That one trip that that trip is the trip that I learned this trick from. I failed my way to success, so to speak. I made a mistake, and I paid for it on that next trip because my water tasted terrible because it was being filtered through bacteria that was growing. The water was still safe to drink, it just tasted terrible. Today was a lot of self-care. Today was a lot of R&R. I'm going to get to see Miss Bella tomorrow. I'm really excited. I missed her and the girls. They got a new puppy today, I think. And I'm going to meet the new puppy. And I'm excited about that. I'm just so happy about this challenge and the way it went and the way I feel. The way I feel right now. It's been fun. It's been hard at times, but fun the whole time. Challenging would be an understatement. But I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the final day, day 10 of this challenge. And then I get to go home. Any of you guys out there watching that, you consider yourself on a $10 budget and you have to survive for 10 days. And if you can think of any items that I haven't thought of, leave it in the comments section because I'd really like to learn. If you guys got some good input, I'd like to know about it. So you see that little bee just stung me right here on the hill. I didn't even know. I don't see a stinger or a wound or anything like that. So I don't know if he bit me or stung me. But I know that after bees sting, they die. So I'm not sure what happened. They were over here on the water bottle and Ranger was down in that little ditch over there. And I went to go check on Ranger, and I guess when I walked by the water bottle, by the dog's water, maybe he got up under my pants or something. And I didn't swat him or nothing. I was just walking back, and I felt this sharp pain in my foot down here on my heel. And I guess I'd been stung. Good thing there's a lot of yarrow out here, because yarrow helps pull out anything that's underneath your skin. So it's too bad that the poor guy had to die. So I'm looking at my heel and I don't see a stinger, a wound. I don't see anything. But it sure stung when he got my attention real quick. Like, ouch. So we'll see what happens. Check back in the morning, but I don't see nothing. Normally you'll see like a little stinger, I think. Because I think when a bee stings you, his stinger stays inside of your skin, and when he takes off, it rips his guts out, basically, and that's why they die. But I don't think that's the case here, because I don't see a stinger. I've been bit by bees before, and they usually leave like their little stinger in. I'm allergic to bee stings, to be honest with you. It doesn't, like, it's not gonna kill me or nothing. It'll just swell up and stuff like that. It doesn't hurt any more or any less or anything. It's just, it'll swell up and that's about it. But it's crazy. Just got stung by a bee. Okay, I got bonus. I have a bonus here. When I was in Payson on day 5, I picked this up and I put this in the car. And I thought, why the hell not? It's day 9. I'm going home tomorrow. I'm curious how these taste. We're going to give them a shot. Day 9 is not over yet. Okay, check this out. I'm talking about the Jiffy cake mix still. Golden yellow cake mix. And this is the part that I wanted to tell you about. It says you need an egg and water, right? And then it says beat 3 to 4 minutes on medium speed. And if you're doing it by hand, 5 to 6 minutes. So I totally skipped the beating by hand, and I don't have an egg. I just added water, mix it together, and put them in there. So I have no idea how they're going to turn out. It says fill them half full, cook them, bake them 15 to 20 minutes. Cake's done when a toothpick is inserted into the center and comes out clean. This 220 calories out of this box, I believe, per 1/5 baked cake. Or maybe that's, yeah, maybe that's per cake. And then the cool thing about this is it's a 9-ounce box. The cornbread, I think, was 8 ounces, and the blueberry muffins was 7.5 ounces. And these things are cheap. They're like 50 cents over in the baking section. So we'll see how they turn out. Look at these campers over here. Blondie just loves her bed. Okay, let's take a look at these bad boys. That one's done. I think they're all done. Got a little bit of stickiness there, but I think it's probably okay. Yeah, I think we're good. So I'm gonna get these guys out. Turn my stove off. We'll start with the one in the middle here. It's the one that was done. I'll leave the rest in there to finish up a little bit while I try this one out. So this is golden cake. I've never had this before, so we'll see how this is. Right now it's really hot. Find some good stable footing for that camera. So this is a cake, I guess. Really soft and light. Good flavor. Not too bad. So all that beat for 5 or 6 minutes, that must be just a bunch of nonsense. This isn't bad at all. I think I like the blueberry muffins better, but this is good. If you want to change, you know, if you got all 3, cornbread, blueberry muffins, and then this, at least you could have a couple different tastes. I still can't believe that I'm here on day 9. And it's funny, you know, this whole journey, this whole challenge, and I get bee stung on the last day. It's funny. My hill right there, it's like warm. It feels like, I think I definitely got stung. And we'll see how it feels in the morning, if it's swollen. I'm going to put a little yarrow on it. I don't know where to put the yarrow, though, because I can't see where the stinger site is. So it's kind of like, well, where do you put it? Don't really know. But this journey has been fun. This has been amazing coming out. Miss Bella has a new puppy. So when I get home tomorrow, I'll get to meet the new puppy. I'm pretty excited about that. He's a little chihuahua, I think. So that's going to be cool. But this journey was fantastic. I really hope that you guys are enjoying this series and enjoying the work that I'm doing. And if you guys have any input on what types of foods that are inexpensive that you could get for a 5-day or even a 10-day, please leave those suggestions in the comments down below. I mean, I'm open to anything. I'm always willing to learn something. If somebody's got an idea of something out there that's pretty good on calories and cheap, let me know. I'd really be open to trying something new, possibly. I know that rice and beans have been a staple for many cultures for years. In the Navy, we eat a lot of rice and beans on the ship. So that's kind of what I know, rice and beans. But I just can't say it enough how fun this journey was, and yet how much work it was, and how I felt good the majority of the time, with the exception of that one day I had a low battery. What was that, day 7 or 8, whatever it was? I felt like I was running on a low battery. But yeah, day 8 and today, day 9, I feel normal. I feel fine. I'm really curious what my way out weight is going to be, because I've been pounding the food down. I still have a lot left, though. When I did the 5-day, I didn't eat that much. I wasn't that hungry, so I wasn't eating. I was more focused on trying to hydrate. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more tomorrow in my closing of this series. So don't miss that episode. It's going to be full of a lot of good information. So with all that being said, folks, I love y'all. And day number 9 is officially in the books. You don't be surprised if we get up in the morning and my heel is swollen. It is what it is. I got stung by a bee on day 9. That's a memory that I'll never forget. You know, like, did this whole survival thing, and then day 9 gets bit. That's kind of like the Achilles heel, you know. And Miss Bella and I have a movie that we need to watch together. It's our movie. I know couples have songs and couples have whatever, but we have a movie that's our movie, and I want to watch that with her when I get home. It's Avatar. Avatar. That's a good movie. So that's our movie. So with all that being said, folks, I'm not going to sit here and bore you any longer. I'll see you tomorrow. It'll be day 10, and I'll be packing up and getting out of here and doing some final thoughts before I leave. So stay tuned for that. I really appreciate you guys hanging with me on this journey. Come on, let's get him. Blondie right here. Ranger. Cookie, come on. Come on, Ranger. Come on, Ranger. Here. Blondie. Here. Come on. Get your cookie. Here, buddy. Yummy. There you go. Blondie's gonna steal the rest of his. You better come back and get it. Good girl. Did you get your cookie? Yeah? Did you get your cookie? You know that's his, huh? Ranger, get it. Ranger. That's yours, dude. Did you get a cookie? You didn't even eat it all, babies. Silly. Did you get a cookie? Yeah? Did you get a cookie? You guys are silly. No, we're not going yet. Blondie wants to go to BED. And if I say that word, she's going to think that she's going to be allowed to go in the tent. If I say the word BED, and I'm not ready yet. Go get it right there. Right there. Oh my goodness. Get it. Right there, look. Right there, all these little crumbs that you're missing. Here. These dogs are something else. So right there, you can see where he bit me. That's where I got stung. We'll see how it looks in the morning.